right.
But yeah, so anyways, Blade, number 5.
Number 5. All right. Let's move to number 4. Let's move around. Gerald, what's your number 4?
X-Men First Class.
Excellent movie.
Love the X-Men movie, the very first one. Really solid. It narrowly beat it out for that. I gotta put an X-Men movie on here because I freaking love X-Men. But, X-Men First Class, did a really good job rebooting that universe. And obviously,
Fixed
the movie
everything.
that followed fixed everything with the universe.
Thank you, Bryan Singer.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how they kept the continuity of the old movies, because it's not just a reboot, it's following those. Really excited for Apocalypse this summer. Oh, really excited for that movie. New trailer dropped.
I watched it. Looks good. I enjoyed First Class because I always enjoy the timepieces. You know, when they shoot it like it's supposed to be in the 60s and 70s. I love that. I absolutely love that. So again, another movie where they're showing the origins of the character when they're in that one scene and they're trying to like show off each other's characters, and then she comes in and like the room's on fire, the glass is all broken, and they're like having a great time, and it's like, what are you doing? We're at the FBI, like, or the CIA or whatever. Like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
The ending of that movie is brutal with Kevin Bacon and the coin. No, the coin.
Oh, going through his head.
Oh my gosh!
But just Magneto's story, how they kept the intro from the first X-Men, and how they kept that, and that was so cool how they did that. And just his character, and Michael Fassbender is perfect as Magneto.
Yeah.
James McAvoy,
really?
On the whole, maybe he'll be better bald, but
you think that's what's holding him back?
Just kind of meh as a Professor X compared to Patrick Stewart.
I love. There was I think that's in First Class when she meets Mystique meets Magneto's character and turns into what's her name? Stamos's. Rebecca remains Stamos, and she's like, "What about this?" And he's like, "No, just turn back to your normal." Like that. That was
a cool little dig to fans.
And that's the thing that movie does a good job of. Well, one, it's the same studio, so they have the ability to pull from all that stuff. Where I think sometimes movies that kind of reboot or something, they somehow the rights revert back to other people, so they can't really make references. Mm-hmm. That movie, awesome.
The only thing I'm worried about Apocalypse is they're kind of making, at least in the last trailer, they're making Mystique to be the leader and not necessarily Professor X. I'm really worried about that because. I don't know. Mystique was she's bad, kind of, right?
Yeah, she well, I mean, she goes back and forth.
She's the anti-hero.
And it's almost like they're selling on the Jennifer Lawrence popularity.
Yeah, J-Law. What's up, girl? You don't like Jennifer Lawrence? She's awesome.
No, I think it's cool. I'm over it. I'm over Jennifer Lawrence, and like with all the freaking Mockingjay, whatever they're called, Hunger Game movies are over. It just seems like they're just Yeah. I'm over her. Anyway,
I think what they'll do though is they're gonna have a build, and then there's a separation because Mystique goes with Magneto and becomes like his right hand man or right hand girl or whatever, and then Professor X steps up and becomes the leader of this X-Men. So I think it'll be like this lead where she's. And then he's going to take over.
Right.
And then that'll probably cause the separation that, separates the two. So.
I'm interested in how that's going to lead from Apocalypse to technically the first X-Men movie in story, because Storm is technically one of the... Yeah, we're kind of getting off track. But.
Yeah, I think... Right, no, I know. But I mean, going back to First Class, I think you can... Here's the thing. I don't know. With continuity and the whole time travel thing that they've done at this point, like, just, who cares? Just make a good movie. Make an enjoyable, fun popcorn movie. Like, don't worry about it. Like...
No, I'm one of those people who worry about the canon, man. I care about that kind of stuff.
That doesn't make sense. She just doesn't look anything like.
Exactly.
The other thing that's going to be awesome is the Four Horsemen. It looks like it's Magneto, Archangel, Storm, and then Psylocke.
Psylocke, yeah.
I don't know how Psylocke got into that cool team, but Archangel, Storm, Magneto, that is a force to reckon with.
Yeah,
that is crazy. Plus, they're giving Archangel his missile wings. I cannot wait to see that on the screen. Psylocke's kind of hot, but
what's up, girl?
I used to play as Psylocke on the game, the fighting game. Yeah, she was awesome. Very quick, very Chun-Li.
Yeah, girls are faster. But I don't know. She makes mind swords and stuff. Whatever. I'm just saying.
Does she have mind? Can she control?
I think it's mostly she creates
she chopped the car in half in the trailer. That
looks cool.
Right, but you got a guy who can control all metal, and a person that controls the weather, and a guy who shoots missiles out of his wings while he's flying around. And then she's like, "Oh, I got a dagger. I made this dagger with my mind."
She's gonna be like the Black Widow of that.
Yeah,
I got a gun, guys.
There's so much cooler people to pick from than Psylocke, but she's hot, so I get it. But I'm just saying, she scored with that team she got put on.
Yeah. So anyway, what's your number 4, David?
My number 4, kind of a strange one, is Batman Under the Red Hood, the animated movie.
Yeah.
Great.
Digging deep.
Hey, no. I went to all the animated movies. I love the WB animated movies. If you don't watch the animated movies, first of all, shame on you. And then 2, go see this movie.
Shame.
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 This is a fantastic movie. It's the story of death in a family. It takes kind of that, and then there's a new character. It's just so good. And there's a whole, they always put Batman in that position of why don't you kill? This movie does that better than I think even in a movie that we'll talk about later. This does a better job because it talks about death in the family with Robin. Spoiler alert, Robin shows up later. He's not actually dead. He's been like transformed into somebody else. And so there's a point in the end of the movie, again, spoiler alert, where he's like going to kill the Joker who killed him. And he's like, and he points a gun at the Joker and he's like, Batman, you either have to kill me or you have to kill him. Cause first of all, why did you let him live after what he did to me? Like, what's wrong with you? And that's the thing is like, we got to talk about with Batman versus Superman. Like, this is the scene that needed to be in Batman versus Superman. Cause you're like, yeah, Batman, kill him. Like, kill the Joker.
That's the one scene that
I know. But the animation in this is great. What's interesting is it's not Mark Hamill as Joker. It's John DiMaggio who does Bender's voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he does a good job as Joker. Like, he actually does a really interesting job. But it's really cool because the Red Hood, the guy who's the Red Hood, is Robin, and he's
Todd,
like,
right?
Yeah, it's Jason Todd, and Batman's trying to like, he's a vigilante, but he's killing everybody, like taking out everybody. Batman's like, can't do that, and so he's trying to fight him, and like he knows all of Batman's moves, and he's like one step ahead, and he's like, how the heck, who is this guy? He's on, he knows how to do this, he knows this fighting style, and then eventually you piece it together. But it's such a good movie. It's probably the first animated movie that I watched that I was like, oh wow, like these are full AAA. Voice acted, the sound in it is great. It feels like a big time movie.
I think we said that before. Like, these animated movies are almost better Batman movies than what's currently out and what's going to be out, unfortunately, other than the Nolan stuff.
Well, Justice League movies are awesome too.
Yeah, they are. They're all really
good. Stuff is
they do a good job of kind of I don't know. It's weird to say like Batman has a voice, but like they do a good job of like the characters don't ever feel like the voice is kind of like, oh, like Pixar does this, but they do a good job. They pick people who are famous, or sort of famous, and then they kind of fit the character. Mm-hmm. This feels kind of the same way. They don't pick like famous people, but they pick famous voice actors. There's a whole documentary called I Know That Voice. It's actually really, really interesting. But go see this movie. It's fantastic. If you like Batman, if you read the comics, for sure go watch this if you haven't already. But do yourself a favor, go pick it up. I think it's on Apple. It's like you can rent it for like $4.
Speaking of, the trailer dropped for Killing Joke. Did you see that?
Yeah. It's supposed to be rated R.
I didn't see that. I've heard about it, but I didn't see it.
Rated R.
Yeah, and I know Mark Hamill's back, but he's kind of he's doing it a little bit differently. He's not...
Yeah, and the animation looks kind of different too, but I mean, it looks great.
Yeah, and I think, so Mark Hamill's back, and then I can't remember the guy who does Bruce Wayne's voice.
That's like the OG animated Batman guy, right?
Tim, I think. Anyways, but...
Tim.
No.
Hey, Tim.
I think his last name's...
Good work.
I think it's Bruce Timm, but I might be wrong. That might be another Batman. But it's all of that stuff is so good, and I'm excited that they're going to do Killing Joke. I'm glad it's rated R. I think, this is Deadpool. Thank God for Deadpool. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like... That movie made
almost
so much
after
money.
Deadpool had its first weekend, Batman vs Superman, they were like, "Listen, we're gonna have a rated R cut on DVD.
Yeah.
Guys, don't worry about it."
Right.
Yeah, it's changing the.
I think they're realizing they can make plenty of money. And kids,
there's
we saw plenty of rated R movies when we were kids, and we turned out fine.
Just saying, the audience that loves this stuff is old enough to watch rated R movies.
Yeah.
When we were kids, they were like, "Oh, that stuff's for kids. That's kids stuff." You know what I mean? Right. Even though it'd been around for 30 years, it was still like people read it when they were a kid, and then they never looked at it again.
It wasn't
now it's like
mainstream.
a culture, yeah, and we all love it.
And the Marvel movies are the Marvel studio, the MCU stuff. I mean, Kevin Feige said like up front, we're not going to make a rated R MCU movie.
That's fine.
So that's kind of for the kids stuff, and then you have the darker stuff for everybody else.
Netflix,
the adults.
Plus, it's like Disney, and I get.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They have the Netflix. They're like, here, this is for
right.
So I totally love that. I like it. Keep it separated.
I did start watching Jessica Jones.
Not a fan.
Yeah, I think I'm like 4 or 5 episodes.
And then I started the second one.
There's a lull. There's definitely lulls in that show. It gets better towards the middle.
You can't lull at the beginning. It's the same thing I have with Game of Thrones.
It's called character development, man. You got to do it.
First of all, Game of Thrones. No, that's not
everybody
true.
is like, watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is the most amazing thing ever. Okay, I've watched the first 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, first season. I've tried it multiple times. It's boring and
when
dumb.
is there ever a lull in that?
Never.
There's people's heads getting cut off in the very first 15 minutes.
There's zombies in the first 5 minutes.
Boobs in the movie.
The boobs is the only reason I thought people liked it when I watched it. No, it's not. It's a bunch of people talking. There's a midget. He's kind of funny. It's not
Put
that
on the
awesome.
Back of the box.
Jordan's blurb for the back of the Blu-ray.
Somebody gets pushed off a window. I just wasn't excited.
Poor Bran.
I don't know.
All right. My number 4 was Batman Under the Red Hood. What's your number 4?
Spider-Man.
Which one?
First one.
One.
Yeah,
Not
2002. Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker.
There we go.
I pulled the name out. Look
at
that.
There we go.
You didn't need me.
But yeah, no, that was just, it was, in my opinion, one of the first really popular superhero movies.
Yeah.
I think it was, right?
Come out.
X-Men. Was this before X-Men?
I think
After
X-Men came out first. I think that was like late 90s, maybe 2000. But it was not, only people who liked X-Men went and saw that. Spider-Man grew a popularity where just anyone was going to see it. I actually worked at the movie theater at this time too, so I have a lot of awesome memories bonded to this movie. But it was bringing superheroes to mainstream in a way that had not been done before.
Right.
Yeah, there was Superman, there was Batman, but it was, first of all, it was the first Marvel. I mean, Blade was before it, but this was the first Marvel property that did really well. So I don't know. I just think it has to have a place in the top 5 movies. It does the whole development, the origin. I know we're all tired of that origin now.
But that's when it was.
But it wasn't. It was new and fresh and fun and funny to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Cool when he looked at his hand and you could see all the little hairs and fibers, and that's why he could climb.
I love the part when he wakes up in the morning and he looks at the mirror and he's all ripped and he's like, "Whoa, what happened?"
Right.
With the glasses.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, you can see all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's great.
Mary J was cool.
Upside down kiss.
The upside
Fantastic.
down kiss.
It's classic.
I do that with my kids. I hold them upside down and make them kiss. And just the Green Goblin was a fun character. The action scenes were amazing. CGI was not like distracting. It
Still
was
holds
done
up
well.
too, yeah.
It was
I don't know if it holds up that well, guys.
Really?
Yeah, there's the Green Lantern bombs when they turn people into skeletons. It looks real bad.
the skeletons looked bad. Yeah, but that looked bad then.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't hold up then, didn't hold up. Yeah. So.
But yeah, overall,
Willem Dafoe, fantastic as the Green Goblin for pulling off a character that's kind of bad. It's a bad that suit. The suit's so.
the suit with the helmet was kind of stupid.
Yeah,
I'd rather it have been like a face. Or
but
something.
that scene when he's losing his mind and the voices jump again. Bose.
He's like,
there's a
does
scene.
the whole Gollum thing, right?
Yeah, he's like over here, over there, and it's like in surround sound. It's fantastic. Like that sold systems at Bose, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. I played that a lot.
God, why are all of our movie reviews based down to Bose cells?
Of course they were. They are. That's what we look at. What do we
We're
sell?
still getting paid by Bose. But I like the scene. Like again, we talk about him gaining the knowledge, but like the scene where he's in the school and like the bully tries to fight him and he like does a backflip. You know what I mean? Like isn't that every
like,
nerd's dream to be able to do that?
No, it's the part where like she's about to slip and she has her lunch.
Oh,
She
and
like, grabs
catches
it
it all.
catches the girl.
Yeah, that's great.
So I don't know. Maybe that just reaches to the nerd inside of us. You know, this is a nerd who gets to girl, who gets to be cool, cool powers. The part where he's like goes and makes money, fighting in the wrestling match. You know,
Macho Man.
So
rest in peace, Randy Savage. It's awesome.
Wait, that was him?
Oh yeah!
Holy crap! I gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah.
So, that has
Uncle
to be,
Ben, come on, man. It's the last time we saw Uncle Ben again.
You know, we see him. He showed up in Amazing Spider-Man.
No, he was already dead, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That shows how great those movies were.
Yeah, exactly.
Memorable.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, it led to Spider-Man 3, which is unfortunate. But
I don't think that's his fault.
Who?
Sam Raimi and all those guys involved. I think it was the studio.
Oh, yeah, they get involved. They have to have Venom and have horrible casting people. And
yeah.
I actually like Sandman.
No, anyways. Anyways. All
right. Spider-Man 1.
All right, so that's your number
4.
All right, so now are we on 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go
first.
That
comes after 4.
Shut up.
My number 3.
Okay, do you need a minute? Do you want me to go?
Crap. No, I don't need you.
Okay.